Florida Gators, 13 starters back, 5 on defense,
That's
2
good.
special teams, 8 offensive players coming back. Now, they are the number 5 transfer class in the portal right now. That's good.
Yeah,
Okay.
very.
Have some guys coming in. Now, starts up front. They're going to have Hanson. They got a guy come in. I think he come in from USC, a huge get. His last name is Zandamela. Zandamela.
He always gets these hard names. I get Johnson and Smith.
I get Zandamela. Boardingham, Barber, and Harris. These are guys that's coming back, and they added this guy from USC. He's a big get for offensive line for Florida. Running back, the Johnson Jr. kid, Montrell Johnson. Now, I'm going to break him down. I'm going to give you the list of these names. That's how I do this.
These are the transfers, right?
These are just kids that are there playing. I'm going to tell you who they are. Then I'm going to pick a few out, and then we're going to talk about each one of them separately.
Okay.
Montel Johnson Jr. at running back, quarterback, well, of course, no Graham Mertz. Wide receivers, the Chinham Dyke kid, the Elijah Badger, which is going to be a good kid coming into play, Eugene Wilson III, and on defense, a Sapp kid, Tyreek Sapp. Nose tackle, we got Cam Jackson. Your linebackers at Jack is Justice Boone, linebacker Sherman James, and a wheel linebacker, the Howard kid. Safeties are going to be the Asan Turner, Marshall Jr., and the Denson kid. Tank Hawkins is going to be the returner. Now, if your name's Tank Hawkins,
you're probably decent.
He probably played football in Pee Wee. He's probably pretty good.
Tank Hawkins.
No,
he's just our water boy.
Yeah, he's going to get towels. Tank, get the towels. Wake up.
Bulldozer. Help him.
Bulldozer, go get the kicking tee. Last year, guys, this team averaged about 260 yards in passing, 150-yard average in rushing, about 28 points a game. So they're looking at about 400 yards average a game.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad.
No, not at all.
Not bad at all. Now, this running back, Johnson Jr., he's a senior, played at De La Salle, Louisiana, AU Key Jones. He's 5'11", 213 pounds, Sports Illustrated All-American candidate, 2-time All-State.
Right.
At Florida for 2 years, 1,658 yards, 15 touchdowns, averages 5.5 yards a carry. So
pretty good.
Sounds okay to me. This Johnson Jr., put a check by him. Gators,
1,650.
They got a running back. I think they'll be okay. The Wilson, the third kid, wide receiver, sophomore, about 538 last year. Now, this Badger kid had 713 last year, had about 800 the year before, 3 touchdowns last year. He was number 78 last year in all receivers in the nation, 6'2", 200 pounds. So they got some guys.
He's going to be their go-to.
Badger. I think so. Badger. Big guy to look for.
Okay.
Defensive group, that Sapp kid, he's number 94. He's a junior, 6'2", 275 pounds, laced up in the big Jordan Nike cleats. Played high school at Santa Aquinas. 24/7 Sports said
These guys all played at powerhouses.
Number 6 linebacker in the nation. He had 70 solo tackles, 100 total at high school, 22 sacks, 44 total tackles last year at Florida.
Wow.
That's Tyreek Sapp, number 94. Number 12, Justice Boone for the Gators, 6'4", 265. He was injured last year. This guy didn't get to play a lot. I was reading this on the Gators Online stuff. Number 2 linebacker in high school in South Carolina.
6'4", 265. That's huge.
He's very big. 18 games. He had only 18 games. He had 100 tackles. He's a state champ, played at Sumter High School, which is, without going too far in depth, South Carolina plays like a lower and upper division. How they do there, it's very complicated.
Yes, I know there's
very complicated.
There's a lot of athletes in South Carolina too, in one part of South Carolina.
And he plays just Sumter High School, and he's supposed to have been a dog.
And it's all, how do you say this? It's in North South Carolina.
Yes, north part. There's an upper. He's from the lower part.
They call it upper.
There's upper.
They call
and
it
lower.
upper and lower.
Now, linebacker, the middle guy, Shamar James, number 6, 6'2", 230. He's a junior. He is from Fayette Academy, Mobile, Alabama. Fayette. Matt, you're stupid. Faith Academy, which is in Mobile.
Oh, yeah, really? Faith.
Yep. Shamar James had 60 tackles over the last 2 years at Florida. Now, their D-back, number 28, Devin Moore, 6'2", 200 pounds, 2-time academic honor roll American, had 12 tackles, played at Naples, Florida High School. He was an Adidas All-American, 4-star, 24 tackles, 5 interceptions. He was recruited by Alabama, Auburn, LSU. Just to mention a few of these. That's Devin Moore, one of their D-backs. Their other senior defensive back at the Gators is the guy I told you about, Asai Turner.
Yeah.
6'3", 212 pounds. He's from San Diego, California.
That's a good size.
Now, this is one of the kids that left when DeBoer left Washington.
Mm-hmm.
The Gators got this guy in. He played receiver and safety in high school. He has a ton of playing experience at Washington. He started and played every game, played out there for all these years. He's a senior.
So he's going to be a big help.
Yes. Senior, understands the game, played out there in the Pac-12. So things are going to be a little different for him when he starts seeing these scheduled games when they have to run into Tennessee.
Right.
Now, with him being from that area, and we all know like Mater D and those high schools around there, they definitely put out high-quality athletes of quarterbacks. So I'm sure he's seen some high-quality athletes. He was number 10 athlete coming out of high school. Their star defensive back is Sharif Denson. He's a sophomore. He's going to be wearing number 0. He's 5'11", 190. He's from Jacksonville, Florida. 4-star guy out of high school. Highly rated. When you go read this guy, Sharif Denson. If you look him up, his list, you know how you go on 24/7, it'll show you like their high school stuff, and you have like a paragraph. This guy's got three paragraphs.
Schindler's List.
The Sharif Denson list. It's crazy. The kind of stuff he's accomplished. He's very, very high profile.
Check that out. Sharif Denson.
Very high profile player.
Okay.
And then their other DB, the McLean, Corman McLean. He's the guy that's made all the splash all over Twitter and TikTok, and he's the one that went to. He's supposed to be going to Florida, dumped out, thought about going to Miami. Then he runs out there and goes with Dion. Then he's dumping class, falling asleep in class, didn't show up to practice. Hit his helmet, Kamari McLean.
Hit his helmet.
He hit his helmet, so he didn't have to go to practice. Now, this is all stories from Colorado. I don't know if any of these are true. I don't live in Colorado. I don't have any direct connections with Dion or Shador or any of those guys. So Kamari McLean is going to be part of this Gators defense. Now, out of high school, this kid is like 5-star plus. Super.
McLean is.
Super athlete. He's the one that's kind of, they said, was recluse, didn't like the media.
Oh, yeah. You told me about that.
He's been all over the place. So we're going to see how Coach Billy can do with him. Now, we've told you the players. We've given you their experience. It all sounds fairly well.
Sounds okay. It does not sound amazing, though, does it?
Senior quarterback, 3,000 yards, 20 touchdowns, 4 rushing. He's 6'3", 215 pounds. Everybody knows who Graham Mertz is.
Mertz, right.
He don't need a lot of introduction.
No.
Either you love him or you hate him, but he's going to be the guy. However, DJ Lagway is awesome.
Right.
And he's just standing over there waiting for his chance.
And he could get it.
I don't know this. I would assume, I bet they wound up using him a little bit.
I'm saying.
He's just too
I've heard
good.
they may use him anyway, even if Mertz is doing well.
In spots.
Yeah.
Put him in short yardage, wildcat, boom, this kid can take off and go with it or throw it. Now, here's the deciding factor as we watch Boise State.
Dang it, Utah State, what we have on that?
Come on, I had a can of dip on that.
Come on,
darn it.
You bet, were you interested in this Boise State, Utah State game?
Birds had he had some weed eater string on that, bedded on it. Darn it.
No.
That weed eater string's high, man.
Arizona's a team y'all better look out for next year. I'm telling you, they got a lot of
players. Arizona's going to be good.
We'll do them sometime too. But their schedule, this is the part everybody's just going to talk about. And where's Thomas at? All schedules are hard in the SEC.
It's hard.
But they're not like this, Thomas. And this is the problem. They're going to play more probably ranked teams than anybody else in the SEC.
They do.
9 top 25 teams is what I looked at.
There's nobody else plays that tough a schedule.
No.
So they're going to kick off this season. August 31st, Gator fans, at the Swamp. Sebastian the Stork is flying into town. He's looking to kick butt, but the Gators want to chomp down on the beaks of the Storks. They try to deliver not a baby, but a win for the Miami Hurricanes. Coach Cristobal with them will kick off at 3:30 on ABC, August 31st. Win or loss?
I'm going to give Florida a win on that. I think
Florida. I think it'd be a 50-50. I can't say. I think they lose. Where's it at?
At Florida.
No, I think Miami still wins.
Their first 3 games are home. Okay. The next week, they will be hosting the old Bear Dogs from Sanford at 7:00 on, I think it's on like SEC Network or
I think
something.
they win that one.
All right. Now they will continue to be at home for September the 14th. They will host at 3:30 again on ABC. The Gators in early times, and this time of the year it's going to be warm. But these old Aggies are ready to come in and to whoop some butt. A&M Aggies.
I'm gonna give them a win.
I did.
2-1.
I got them. I got them 2-1 also.
Mm-hmm.
Now the 21st is going to be their first trip. They're going to have to make that little north drive right on up there to Starkville at Mississippi State. We done talked about
From
that.
what I've told you today, I think they win that.
That's terrible. They should win. So we got them 3-1 now. All right, Thomas, what you got? We got 3-1. We got them just losing to Miami. And if Cristobal don't show up, and we don't know how Cam Ward's going to be in the SEC.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, how he's going to be playing against an SEC team.
Right.
2-2.
You got them at 2-2.
Yeah.
Now they're off. They're off at the end of September. They're going to come into the month of November back at home, back at Gainesville. They're going to play Central Florida.
Okay, that's not going to be easy.
Not a gimme game.
That's a win.
KJ Jefferson will be in full reign for Coach Malzahn. The Gus bus will be rolling into the swamp.
Gosh, I don't know. Yeah, I'll give them a win. That's 4-1.
I got them 4-1 still. Now, Thomas, here's where you Gators are going to start feeling the burn. And I don't mean Bernie.
Weekend at Bernie's.
October the 12th is when the trouble begins for the Gators.
Mm-hmm.
As they bear down their knuckles and load their jets,
Uh-huh.
and they pack up their alligator suitcases, and Bittenberg lets them borrow a pair of his alligator loafers. They're going to travel up to a little town called Knoxville, Tennessee, where the orange is prevalent. Go Vols! The Smoky is what they say at Tennessee, October the 12th.
No.
No, I don't.
4-2.
The trial is still happening for Nico. And by this time of the year, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks in, by October, we'll have a good idea about Nico. I may change my mind on this. Tennessee is, I know we've talked about them, and I know they got the dudes, but I just need to see it. I'm a science guy. Sorry. I need to see the data.
Yeah.
Now, coming back home for the Gators on the 19th, they'll be facing no Blue Cats from Kentucky at the Swamp. That could I put a little star by that game
I don't
too.
know, man.
That's going to be very interesting.
I'm going to give them a loss, 4-3.
Now I got them beating Kentucky,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know.
Kentucky's done well against them in the last few years. For some reason, they just have.
The reason I give them the win, guys, is because it's at Gainesville.
Right.
It's
big.
If it had been at Kentucky, I'd have said there.
Yeah.
Now they're going to have that old bye monster again, Halloween weekend. So
4-4.
They're
No,
gonna-
I'm kidding.
Here's the problem. They're going to go out trick-or-treating, guys. And then Burge is going to be down there on the sidelines with his pass. At Florida, Burge shows up in Gainesville with his alligator loafers November the 2nd in Jacksonville, Florida, where they play the neutral site, the old cocktail party.
4-4.
Now,
But, I mean, that's been a game. I just don't think. No. Georgia wins it.
Now, where I got them starting the beginning hard part of the season, I said was October the 12th at Tennessee. I got them losing there, but I got them beating Kentucky. Okay, I'm believing in you Gators. Hang on, guys. Y'all don't kill me yet. Don't run me out of town.
That's I say I got them losing 3 straight.
Now, here's where we shift on up to the high side and flip that button and get on down the road. Here's where it gets terrible. They got Georgia. All right, now you're going to go at the Longhorns at Texas.
You know what I'm going to do right now?
They're going to Sark land.
I'm going to pick them to win now.
They're going to beat Texas. Whoa. Hold on. Dean says.
There ain't no way they're losing 4 straight, is
Gators.
there, Benton?
Well, if you ask me, I think the last win they get is October 5th against UCF, and they lose all the rest.
See, I just got them winning Kentucky and Florida State. So now,
I got them upsetting somebody in there.
okay, they got to go to Texas. Probably Texas may be the number 1 or 2 team in the nation by this time. We're talking about late season. If Quinn Ewers is healthy. Now, if he gets hurt, like he usually does, that could be the opportunity for old Coach Billy to sneak one in. Now, after Texas, they're going to come back home, and they're going to play the Bayou Bengals. Coach Kelly bunch.
I think they lose that one. They'll be on such a high. I'm really saying one of these games, they've got to win one of these. I'm not necessarily saying it's going to be Texas. I know I said that, but I got to pick them to beat somebody. 5-5. I don't think they lose every one of these games.
That's the one. I got a circle by LSU and I got a circle by Miami. You can see up here, I already put them on there. Those are the flip games. Either they're going to open the season off. If they open up the season and beat Miami and put Cal Ward, put him back in his pocket and run them back down there to Miami, that'll be huge to start the season because their next 3 weeks are going to be big. But this LSU game, November 16th, that's the week before the big Ole Miss game. Okay, they go to Ole Miss the 23rd. That's at home. It's a home game at Gainesville. I got them losing that one too.
Yeah, I don't.
But
I don't know. That's just tough on kids.
Now,
I mean, on paper, yeah, I got them.
We ain't done yet.
5 and 6.
No, we ain't done yet.
Yeah,
we're still going. Then they got to go to Florida State.
I think they win that one.
I got to win in the Florida State game.
6 and 6.
That's what I got. 6-6.
But that's going to be tough. There's 2 upsets in there.
And if they upset LSU, they could win 7. If they upset LSU and Miami, they could go 8 and 6. So I'm saying we'll say 7-5, 7.5.
6.5, right? You want to go 6 or you don't think they can win 8, right?
I just don't know. They're going to have to upset LSU or Ole Miss.
Okay, I agree.
Now I'm giving them Florida State, Thomas. I'll give y'all Florida State. Undefeated until Georgia. And let's see. I could. The only game I got, Thomas, against that is I got them losing if it's at Gainesville. Y'all have had a hard time with Tennessee. I don't know what the crap's going on. I don't got a clue. But with the offensive power they got and the list of players, Florida's got a solid team. And I listed out some guys they're going to have back on defense. They're going to have a tough guy playing backfield on their D-backs, a lot of experience, hard hitter linebackers. I named off some names. But at Tennessee, man, Coach Heupel's really he's got a team put together, and they're going to be at Tennessee. I just can't favor the Gators at Tennessee. If it was at Gainesville, I would make the same case and say Coach Heupel's got a good group, but the Gators playing at Swamp, that's a tough place to play.
Matt, we actually disagreed on this. I got them at 5.5. You got them at 6.5.
Yeah.
You give them a little love, but that's fine.
I think –
because I do think they're going to be better than we think.
Well, they got to pull something out of the bag here, guys. They got to flip this LSU game. That's my pick. They've got to win that LSU. In the middle, you don't want to get on a three-game losing skid and then go home and play Ole Miss. You're going to have LSU and Ole Miss at home. You don't want to lose to LSU and then the next week come back in and probably on ESPN and have Ole Miss probably the night game in Gainesville.
They have no easy games. Look at their 3 out-of-conference games.
Miami, Sanford's a win.
One. They got one easy game.
Miami and Central Florida's not a cakewalk.
No. They can lose that game easily.
Gus is a decent coach. For that level of football where they're at, he was good at Auburn. He just had a good player at Auburn. He could never develop players. That's Gus's failure. That's why Auburn has been not good in a long time. They can't develop players. They just get a good player and they can put him out there and he can make big plays. That's a tough schedule. How many ranked opponents you said, Birds?
According to the FBS here, you got Miami could possibly be ranked, A&M, Tennessee, Kentucky, Georgia, Texas, LSU, Ole Miss, and Florida State.
Look at that.
So possibly 9.
If he makes a bowl game, they cannot fire him. That may be the deal. Look, Billy, we know some of these guys, and he's put together a good portal class.
He has. I'm looking at this.
This is going to tell us, Birds, this is going to tell us how good a coach Billy is. If he can bring in a pretty good portal class and add to this with these guys that I've told you they got coming back and some guys they added a good lineman, kid from USC is going to be good. They've added a receiver out there. Can he develop these players?
If he makes a bowl game, they better sign him to an extension because
if he makes a bowl game, that proves that Billy can coach.
I don't think they can fire him if he goes 6 and 6. Oh, well, that's what you're saying. I don't think they can fire him.
You got to make a bowl game. We got to get in that money.
How are you going to call him in if he goes 5 and 7 with this with this schedule and go, we're going in a different direction. Well, what direction you going in?
I played 9 ranked teams, and I won.
You coach them.
I lost
What
3.
better? What better could you do? I mean,
I lost 3 out of the.
Well, I mean, you got Nick Saban coming in.
All the 6 that he loses is going to be to probably top 15 teams. Maybe some of them top 10.
The only way I heard a coach say, well, if they fired me with that kind of schedule, I'd just fire them. I mean, got to be okay if you say, Billy, we're bringing in Coach Saban.
I don't know, Logan. Logan thinks they're going to run Billy off. By the time they play,
I don't know how they could.
I don't know how they could either.
By the time, so when he goes to Tennessee and they lose, they're going to put him on the bus, and his bye week after Kentucky, they're going to ship him off and let an intern coach Georgia, Texas, LSU, Ole Miss, Florida State. No way.
Well, do you?
No, you can't. You can't bring an intern.
I'm giving him a free pass. I think he's got a free pass this year.
You can't go to the intern and say, right, Billy's left. You're the intern coach. Well, who's all left on the schedule? Georgia, Texas, LSU, Ole Miss, Florida State. You may win one of them.
I think as long as he wins 4 games, he's got.
We got to be for real. Their fans got to be for real. Come on, don't be getting on this man.
No, y'all got to leave old Billy alone, man. That's 9 ranked teams. Bama and Georgia ain't playing 9 ranked teams.
Let me tell you something, and this may sound stupid. That may be one of the hardest schedules for a top 50 team. When you say Florida's going to be preseason top 50?
Yeah.
In the history of college football.
Yeah. To come back after the season they had and then come back and pour this on them. But like Thomas did say, he said, well, I mean, all the games are hard in the SEC. That's right. But when you're playing 9 of them, and Bama and Georgia's going to have how many ranked teams play? 6? I think they're playing
maybe
6.
5, 6.
Yeah. 7 at best. And that depends on how one of those other teams, Oklahoma falls. Or are they going to come in and be ranked higher, or how are they going to fall into this?
I tell you what, Florida's got to hope for. I'm serious. They got to, and they got to hope some of these teams don't pan out.
Yep.
And there's always a team that don't pan out.
That's what I said, Nico, and I don't mean to pick on Tennessee. Am I not a Nico fan?
Oh yeah, big time.
I did a whole 30-minute spot on him.
He actually thought he might start last year.
I really did. I kind of thought he would start last year,
and he might have, should have.
I think he should have. I just went ahead and I'm a kind of guy. I'll burn a bridge and say we're just going to lose these last 3 games, but this quarterback's going to be ready to play next year.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to see more data for Nico, guys. That's all I'm saying. For Tennessee.
Right. Well, he don't have a lot of experience.
Because that LSU upset that I got picked, that's the one. Florida's got to upset that. It's at Gainesville. Nussmeier's going to come in there. But he's not a freshman quarterback. Just because this first year you seen him start does not mean he's not a freshman quarterback. This guy's a 5th-year guy. How long has he been around? Years.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good quarterback. But when you're the one out there making the calls, and EA Sports, it's in the game, says that when you go up there on that game and you're holding that controller and it's vibrating, Birds, I know you know where I'm going with this, and them little lines start wiggling, it's different. When that stadium at Gainesville, Florida, y'all can say what you want to. LSU, Death Valley's super loud. Tennessee's got, some of the biggest places. That place at Gainesville, Florida gets to rocking because in 96 when I graduated, they were the guys.
Mm-hmm.
They won the conference. Definitely. I've seen this team come from dynasty down to failure when Urban left and everybody kind of checked out on Dan. All them left. Dan goes to Mississippi State. Urban goes to Ohio State. At some point, there's got to be a game, and that's going to be, to me, a late season game. They're probably going to only have like 4 wins, and then you got LSU at home. That's the game Florida's going to say, God darn it now, we got to stand up and be better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving a rally call to the Florida Gators. You'll never see me work as hard as I've ever worked. Here's Tim Tebow's speech.
Oh, yeah.
You'll never see another man work as hard as I worked before. We'll never lose another game.
Well, he didn't have that tough of a schedule.
And they didn't. They didn't lose till Bama beat them that year in the SEC. But anyway, that's the Florida Gators.
Sounds awful.
It's just a schedule. And they got enough guys back. But I give them a little hope, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't think they'll go 6-6. Do you, Benton?
4-8, 5-7.
I've got them at 5-9. I think they can go 6-6. Matt thinks best possibly is 6-7-5 possible. 7-5, like you said, you better re-sign this guy to a.
Now,
What if this Joker goes 9-3? He coach of the year, isn't he?
absolutely.
Oh,
If
God,
he wins
yeah.
8, if he wins 8, y'all better build him a statue.
Could you imagine going into a season knowing that you're going to be canonized? Is that what you do when you have a hero?
Cauterized.
If you go 8-4, you're going to be like Roosevelt was here in the States. I mean, during World War II.
Birds, what does that comment say right there? Can you see it?
Yeah, he says Nico's going to go 26 for 34 for 320 and 3 touchdowns against Florida.
That's somebody's gotten a hold of a stat